many people. She was diagnosed in her late 20s. She actually worked in a research lab in a hospital, and she couldn't see through her microscope one day. So this was in the 80s, and back then it was really process of elimination. So she knew she had MS, and she decided in the 90s to be one of those very active people, like, again, many people sitting in this room, that wanted to help with the clinical trials. Anything that came out in Cleveland Clinic, she tried. She tried chemotherapy, she tried deep brain stimulation, and all these things worked for a little bit of time, and then she would try the next thing. She even tried homeopathic bee sting therapy at one point. Anything that sounded good, she tried. And even now, she has secondary progressive MS. She's still incredibly optimistic, incredibly positive, incredibly strong, incredibly independent. So when I was pursuing, my ideas of what I thought I wanted to be when I was little, you guys will laugh. I really wanted to be a veterinarian. Okay, so I shadowed vets when I was in middle school for hundreds of hours. I really wanted to be a veterinarian. And in 8th grade, when I think I was 12 or 13, I asked my dad if I could switch to people. Okay, he said yes. He said yes. So there that happened. I think I was 13. So when I switched to people, I really thought that I wanted to go into medicine. So yeah, that's laughable, I know. So I ended up shadowing surgeons. I ended up becoming an emergency medical technician at my local hospital. It was really fun. But when I was 21, I actually went to a leadership experience with my undergraduate institution, and they ask you at the age of 21 to write down your life goal. So much like Cheryl, you have this moment where you decide what you want to devote your life to, and I wrote down I wanted to be MS. And so the people at this experience really challenged me to say, well, what steps are you going to take to get there? And I said, well, I'm going to go to medical school. And they said, well, that's great, but if there aren't any, at this time there weren't a lot of disease-modifying therapies, how are you really going to help people if you can't prescribe them something for someone like with progressive MS? And so that really frustrated me, actually, because I had my life planned. I was very organized. And so I decided to see if I liked research. I did a master's program to decide officially if I wanted to do medical school or a PhD, and I fell in love with research. Absolutely fell in love with it. And so it's really exciting to be on the side, like Cheryl said, that you can actually dive in and try to figure out the unanswered questions and try to figure out what is the next therapy and try to help solve problems that haven't been answered yet. So, my mom inspires me every single day, and I'm really passionate about helping find the next cure for MS and all types of MS, so not just relapsing remitting, but also the progressive forms, which we know are very different. And it's exciting to be in such a great group of fellows and people that are really passionate about it and can share ideas.